Again, like I said though, I'd rather have King Leonidas. But then, like, when I think about it, it would kind of be like Athena's abilities, so maybe not.
True, yeah.
Because 300 spot. I mean, you could do other things though. With his ult. Like maybe give him 2 stances, so spear and shield and sword and shield. Maybe his ult is just armor or something. Like he just gets extra armor. But then again, Hercules has this. Hercules is like a big swing with no knockback. I'm wondering what you could do with King Leonidas. Do you know what you could do? Maybe his ult is shield in front and then like rapid spear bursts. So like his can't be knocked back, but he just spams like a flurry of spear jabs. Like in front of him.
Yes.
Like I'm trying to think of it's like a league character. What's his name? There's a league character that does it. Pantheon. You kind of have it like that. So his ult could be like a bait. Like you bait people towards you and then you put the shield down and then you just spam shields everywhere. Or maybe like Athena where she summons in troops. You can have it so he summons troops but they're in a line. They're just in a static line. So I'm more like a defensive ult.
And it just screams, "This is Sparta" for every skill.
Yes. Or you just say every like 5 seconds. Who else? Medusa, stun. That's just easy, straightforward. Stuns, turn to stone. I feel like that's just easy.
I'd say Loki, but I kind of want to see Hindu gods.
I think Loki's cool. I was about to say Norse. It is Norse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who
There's
else?
actually a lot missing.
Well, I mean, again, the game only just came out.
You know, I mean, like, religion-wise.
Oh, you mean like how many like religion?
No.
Well, I guess it's easier to like. Again, Hindu gods aren't. Actually, I'm not gonna say that because they are quite barbaric. If I remember correctly. I think it's just like more of the thing like Norse, Vikings, etc. Very aggressive. Greeks very aggressive. Like these are these religions are very, you know. It's weird that this bugs me because how is he a god? Like I don't see this as a like I know I ranted about this earlier, but whether he was in history or not is an argument, but there was a king who beat Saxons. And then tying it all together led to believe that it was King Arthur who beat them back. I don't understand this Arthurian thing. It's more of just a story, it's like any other story. So having him as a god per se, which is why that's why I'm saying that King Leonidas is a fine pick then, because we're going off history, not necessarily just an actual religion. Like this isn't a religion.
No, it's more like great stories.
Yeah,
told.
it's a great story with, you know, fiction in it. Like people like saying Merlin is a god. Well, I know the story as Merlin is a wizard, not a god. So if we're gonna throw Merlin as a god, like to me that's just weird because when we learned it in school, they weren't gods. It was kind of like history. It's history with a bit of fiction. Because there was generally someone in the time period, like Celtic Britons, that defeated the Saxons. There's loads of history to prove that that happened. It's just no one can confirm it was King Arthur. So it's not labeled that King Arthur did this. It's led to believe he did this. Now I could be wrong. I'm not a fucking historian, but that's what we learn. And I'd argue my history isn't that bad.
So far... Oh, you first.
I'm just going to say, so far it's just Japanese, Norse, and Greek. Really. That's what it is. Roman is weird.
We're missing the Mayan, Hindu, Polynesian, Chinese, Egyptian, Celtic, Slavic, and Babylonian ones. Oh, Yoruba as well. There was a category.
There's there's hundreds of religions.
Then
Of
we
all-
had Voodoo, which was just that Baron Samedi, and Cthulhu, who has his own category, like the Great Old One.
Oh
Or
right, you're
something.
going off Smite gods.
Yeah.
Well, we can just assume that all of them are going to be added as this is you know, it's in league with Smite. Like this character is literally in Smite. Like the model is in Smite, pretty much.
They probably
the,
won't add
path.
the soul support ones, because it wouldn't make sense.
I think you could have supports in this game though. Is that like?
It's just gonna be hard.
Well, for 2v2, it could be very good. Like removing percentage of a teammate. You wouldn't have only like this is the thing. Even if your abilities were all about healing, you still have your light and heavy attacks and your combos. Like what you lack in skills, you just use combos for. Like for example, if you're playing Amber or Sus, you're not really like half the time you're not even using your abilities. You're just juggling with your light attacks because they're so goddamn fucking fast. Hercules, for example, I throw my boulder to get initial damage, and I'll use my charge to help my teammate, or I'll use it to gatekeep if I'm too far away from the enemy. But half the time, I'm just jumping light and heavy because it's such a strong combo. And because you can't dodge after you've been hit, I pretty much land a light, and if they can't land their dodge perfectly, I'm just hitting them with a heavy, and then I'm landing and repeating. So I have, you know, ability-wise, you could have a support because you just have to learn to play it. Of course, some characters are going to be harder than others. A support could just... The issue I have with a support being added is it could just be completely broken because you could just keep your percent low. But then you have characters that can spike and kill you at 30% on certain maps because the barrier is too low. Like, sorry, too high.
Yeah.
Like that castle map. The barrier is literally so high that I got heavied airborne once near the ledge and it killed me instantly. I couldn't even jump up. I just died because I just got hit down into the barrier and I was at 30%. But if I just don't know what other gods I would actually want to see, I'd be excited for. Because gods themselves, like Kratos maybe, the god of war, Hades. Hades is obviously going to come out. Like I said, Hades and Poseidon are pretty much guaranteed to come out. Because you need the three brothers. You've got Zeus, so now you need the other two. Like, they're guaranteed to come out. There's no way that they're not added. I'm assuming they're going to do one god a month, maybe. I hope it's not one god a season, because I'm assuming a battle pass will be 2 to 3 months.
No.
If it's one god every 3 months, the game's going to fizzle out. But in terms of Zeus being added, he looks broken as fuck. So
yeah, the old does definitely.
We get to try him on Tuesday, which is the 20th. So 5 days before Christmas. And they announced it here as well. So,
Ooh, Artio would be cool.
who?
Just imagine like the bear goddess. The one that transforms into a bear.
Yeah. Well, your abilities could all be bear forms.
Yeah.
I mean, there's gods that turn into all types of animals. Like, I mean, what if they also want to add titans? What if they just randomly add a titan? Like Kronos. Because Kronos could have sick abilities, turning back time and shit. Like, imagine if you hit someone with an ability and it rewinds them. So if someone could like dodge away from you, you could hit them, rewind them back in front of you, and then land your combo again. That would be annoying as hell.
I'm biased on Ganesh, but I also wouldn't know what abilities. Only maybe the charge that stuns.
It sings elephants on the run and just stampedes everyone. There you go.
Yes.
That's how it should work. Yeah, I don't know. They probably... The thing with, like, again, Hindu gods is... We've seen it with Netflix shows. They just get removed. They, like, take the shows down in India. Things like that.
Probably where they... they won't add any. At least not anytime soon.
Like, the funniest thing I think that could be added is generally Jesus. I think that would I'd laugh so much. And if we wanted to go full meme, add Santa Claus. You know what?
Biggest god of all.
Add the Santa Claus from Futurama, like the robot Santa, where it kills everyone. Like he just pulls out a bazooka. There's loads of gods they can add. Like we can have this conversation all day and just list every god. But
oh yeah, Wukong. People were asking for that.
monkey god.
Monkey.
Yeah, monkey god. There's just loads. Loki would be cool. You could probably have stealth like Izanami. Maybe an ability that like switches positions with people and allows your teammate to become like self-hit or something. I don't know. There's loads they can do. Zeus just looks really strong, but right now the only thing that's bugging me is the Japanese gods. Just their attack speed feels too goddamn quick.
Yeah.
Like the amount of like you're punished for literally nothing. It's like, oh, you use your dodge, light. Oh, you're trying to run, light. Oh, you're trying to hit me back, light. Like, so it just feels like I can't fight. Like, if we only had lights, it feels like I won't be able to break out of it and hit an Amma with like someone like Hercules. And you could argue that, well, Hercules like very strong in terms of like heavy hits, but in like 1v1, that's not really good.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're really good, you're gonna be fine anyway. But for people picking up the game, it may be a little bit hard if you're just getting shit on by, you know, the same three characters because they're just easy. Because that's the thing, they're all easy. Like these three, they're easy to play. I'd argue that Soul is harder than all three of them. Thanatos is harder than all three of them. The easiest is by far 4, but in effectiveness, I feel like 4 isn't that effective. Like, he's definitely easy to play because his abilities are very straightforward. Spin, throw, and slam. You've got 3 very simple abilities. It's like King Arthur. It can be very strong if it's played well, but you miss your stun and then your kit's pretty much useless, it feels. Whereas on Amma, it's, oh, you missed your Q, doesn't matter. Oh, you missed your R, doesn't matter. You missed your E, literally doesn't matter. Like, she's just constantly demolishing me. Not every time, of course. It's 50-50. I either win or I lose.
No.
But in terms of balancing, it doesn't feel balanced. And with Zeus, I feel like he looks OP, but he's going to be hard to use, maybe, in like a 1v1, but his ult needs a tune down already. Like, just looking at it, no. By far the most broken looking ult that I've seen.
Yeah, it shouldn't be AoE on the initial hit.
Yeah, 5 AoE strikes followed by the snap if you land. Like, and then someone's like, are you sure you can dodge the snap? You ain't gonna have a fucking clue when that snap is coming because you're gonna be too busy trying to run away from the lightning. And if you're in a 2v2, you're probably also trying to avoid the other person as well. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So like in 2v2, that ult is gonna absolutely fucking destroy people. Like, I guarantee it. If it generally is really weak, then probably not. But it feels like an instant win condition if you land one zap. Because of how hard it hits. And
Yeah,
how
it
much
looks
you
really strong.
But we'll see on Tuesday, so we'll see how that goes. That seems fun.